Can everyone in Twitch chat hear me? I'm gonna assume everyone can hear me. Fine. Hello. Anyway, okay, I'll start it off. Hopefully everyone can hear me right now. But
User
welcome
joined your
back,
channel.
everyone. Oh, hello.
Hey.
Hey. Look at that. Ah. But I'm quiet. Okay. This is the type of input I need.
Sorry about that. Lost track of time.
All right. How about now, everybody in Twitch chat? Hopefully it's good. We gotta fly, Thrifty. Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody.
Okay.
Season 7 of the SBL. We're into week 9 now. I'm 30. Joining me today is Thrifty for game 1. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Ready for another night of SBL. Second last week.
Yeah, I mean things are getting tight down here in the playoff race. All these games are very important. But before I switch over to the draft, which is already in progress, briefly let's talk about last week in the MVPs. Game 1, Boost versus 2K2S, Evolite taking the MVP on that Kindred, right? From 10, 4, and 12 on Kindred Jungle.
I think it's Callista.
That's Callista. Oh yeah, Evolite. Yeah, you're right.
It was Callista.
Blood Moon Callista. Yeah. That's what that picture is. All right. Well, that's still a very impressive score. You know, that's just actually an impressive score. A very impressive score. Maybe actually a bad one for a support player. But, you know, Evolite, great AD carry. Did some great things on Callista. Second game, Batty Bargain Bin versus Boy Butter, the Bull. And that one's going over to Babluer. Look at this score line. Look at this one. 16, 3, and 8 on the block.
Yeah.
That might be the highest KDA I've ever seen in SBL.
Like it's the highest we've seen, but it's definitely the highest this season by like any amount.
Yeah. And then the last game, TD. Oh, it says TDN versus Waifu Superstar, and that's going over to Purple Pickle Pie. Look at that beautiful Kawaii Gragas picture we have there. 3, 2, and 9 on top playing Gragas. But, you know, that's enough of that. Let's hop over to this draft already in progress. So, game 1 on the blue side, we have Boy Butter going up against Waifu Superstar on the purple side. Waifu Superstar looking to come back, looking to bounce back after a loss last week and really solidify themselves as the top dog in the lead. Boy Butter, they're just fine to stay alive. I don't even know mathematically they could still go to the playoffs.
There is a very small pipe dream edge case where they win both of their games, and I think I can't. Like, one team had to go 0-2, one team had to go 1-1, and then yeah, it was just like this perfect edge case, and then they get to go in.
So, all right. Well, I mean, at this point, they're just gonna play balls to the wall. Hopefully, they're just gonna put it all out there, and quickly. So the bans from Boy Butter were Gragas, Sejuani, Jarvan. Obviously, the two Gragas and Sejuani targeted at Kragen's jungle champs, and then Jarvan, sort of a mainstay of Swift in that top lane. And then on the other side, Ezreal, Kayle, and Braum. Once again, all target bans here in the SBL. Braum going against Manlore. Kayle going against Dan, who's had quite, at least 2 good showings on Kayle so far this season. And then Ezreal is Albino Joe's main AD carry. Aside from that, Jhin, which was actually first picked overall. What do you think about that first pick, Jhin?
I think that it's a really, really strong champ in the current meta, and I mean he's a very, very powerful lane champion, and it's also Joe's second most played AD carry by an extremely large margin. So I really like the fact that they want to go ahead and pick that up right away to avoid the possibility of it getting taken away and Joey have to play one of his second string AD carries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree, and I don't think Salvo plays it. Maybe not. But Jhin does have a lot of good matchups against a lot of the popular meta AD carries right now. So as a first pick, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then Waifu Superstar, I mean, we already got the teams pretty much selected at this point, but let's just go through Waifu Superstar's rosters. They just locked in that last pick very definitively. You have Christmas Tree on Thresh in the support. Rek'Sai for Kragan in the jungle, and he's pulled this out in the season so far in week 2 against their loss against Boost. Actually, he played Rek'Sai. Corki for Wang in the mid lane. Jinx obviously for Salvo, and then Renekton, another comfort champ for Swift there, rounding out their team comp, which is pretty much a very comfortable team comp for them. I feel like they've run just any iteration of these champions every week. Yeah. What do you guys say about that?
I mean, we see Kragan on one of his. Oh, what the? Sorry, I just got like, some nasty feedback on my mic, on my headset. We've seen Kragan only on Dragon and Sejuani during all their wins, so we do see him off of that. But Waifu Superstar kind of like always been taking advantage of the fact that it's like everyone has like a champion that you kind of want to ban away from them, and they've always just rotated around using like the other picks, just always making sure that someone has one of their power picks. I'm not really surprised by any of this Waifu Superstar picks. Like if you would have said these bans, I feel like I could have almost guessed this team, or at the very least 4 out of 5.
Yep. That is very true. They don't really go off script very often, and they really have a reason to. They've had tons of success running these comfort champs, and they're very good at these champions. I mean,
yeah.
Jinx
I
for Salvo and Renekton for Swift are amazing.
Yeah, no, I think like one way to put it is like, obviously not to the same degree, but like nearly the same degree. But it was like season 2 TSM had like this one formula where they always ran the same style of champions, and it just worked in season 2, and it bodied everyone, and they just never switched away from it because it just worked on, like it just worked for every other team. So it's like, why change it if it's like working?
Mm-hmm.
So I think like the only team they really actually have to think about changing their formula up is against that boosted team who's 2-0'd them when they've been doing this. The team seems to have their number.
Yeah, for whatever reason, maybe it's just the 2 different play styles. I guess Boost's play style just counters waifus inherently, for whatever reason. But to talk about
enough about that.
Yeah, the blue side here, Boy Butter running a very Boy Butter-esque team comp. You know, I think both. This is great. This week so far is really just going according to the script that we had. Boy Butter's gonna pick this like super janky, like, are we a split push comp? Oh yeah, we are. We're gonna like double, triple down on that bullshit, and we're gonna bring no frontline, and see how you like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah.
Thrifty, tell him how this team comp wins.
The way this team comp wins is they win out a laning phase. Quinn goes and business Noxus and just does Quinn things where she split pushes the entire time. Nocturne split push the other one. They have the Malzahar, Jin literally just kind of hold everyone else in the mid lane, and they just take towers on the side and use Quinn and Nocturne to catch people in rotations. That's pretty much like the team actually has like of winning. Like, you go on. This is like a win lane win game team. If you fall behind, this is a team where you're in a really, really rough spot. It does have a bit of pick potential, but your full 5v5 team fighting without like getting an advantage jumping on them, not so good.
No, it is not. And I like games like this where the win conditions for each team are so defined, and yet they're they're very different. It's not like these 2 team comps like, yeah, we want a 5v5 around a neutral objective all the time. These team comps want to do radically different things, and they're going to try to be pushing their advantages any way possible. Like you said, there are some good winning lanes here for Boy Butter, but there's some good lanes there for Waifu Superstar too, so it's gonna be quite a challenge. I mean, Renekton's always been known as a lane bully. Jinx Thresh is incredibly good. It's a very nuanced lane actually, because you have tons of all in, you have tons of damage, but also you're very susceptible to a lot of things. Like Jinx, not the most mobile AD carry, especially in the laning phase without her passive. Same goes for Thresh. Once the hook's down, there's this huge window of opportunity to play off that. But if the hooks do land, and you do land the zaps and chain the CC, it's devastating, and it can snowball out of control. Yeah, I just, with the no front line, this Boy Butter team, yeah, like you said, just absolutely cannot get behind.
Yeah. No, this Waifu Superstar team, like, they really want to push those mid-game team fights, like, as far as they can. Like, that's where they want to really try to build up their lead. They just want to play a safe laning phase, hit mid-game, and just fight as 5. before this, and Boy Butter's gonna try to just do the snowball. A little lead, put a little pain out.
Mm-hmm. Is the stream black?
It currently is, I think.
Okay. That's a thing.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Oh,
Okay. So we got, while he's fixing the stream, I'll actually just narrate what's going on here. We got the standard football lineup just coming out of both teams, watching all the entrances for everyone's jungle. Both people just want to make sure neither team comes in, tries to do anything a little sneaky, stealing any camps. A couple things out. We're now Master Splinter looking to position to start off at the very standard Stone Bros or Krugs, and Rek'Sai is looking to start off at that Gromp. But that's like pretty much as like boring as possible for level 1 you could ask for. Like, people aren't even moving, they're just emote spamming.
Yep, and we're back. We didn't miss anything, folks.
Yep, nothing's been missed.
Yeah, another great SBL line defense here. But champions rearranged. Here we go. Pretty standard starts for both these teams, helping out their jungler at the camp in, starting off the week strong with a pause. GG Charter. Oh man, so I don't know if just to inform some people about what went down recently in the world of ISPs. Apparently there's this huge Charter communications outage. It was going on for 12 plus hours. This is all secondhand nature. I unfortunately have Comcast. Yeah, but I guess they're all different devils really in the world. And that issue apparently got resolved. It was widespread across like Wisconsin and like a lot of major metropolitan areas where Charter has service, and apparently that was fixed today. Before this, there was even talks of canceling today's games if it was going.
Yeah. I mean, we got some classic SBL clown moments here, but I don't know, actually, like, despite hearing all the outages, everyone I know who was on Charter was not out. Like, their internet, like, I was talking with them, or, like, I heard that they said their internet's just fine, so kind of curious if this is striking now.
Yeah. Oh, and we're back in, yeah. I haven't heard anyone in the SBL actually had problems, so that's, luckily for us, but I do believe there were problems today. I just don't know where they were exactly.
I remember I had a little bit last evening for like 5 minutes, but that was it.
Through my work, you shall transcend.
Alright, pretty standard items here for everybody. Pretty standard laning phase. Doran's Shield actually is an item you don't see a lot nowadays, and I can appreciate that. It brings me back to the good old days where Doran's Shields was good on like a lot of people. I remember even supports back in the day ran Doran Shield starts.
I mean, I remember whenever I rush support, you take the Doran Shield.
Yeah.
You take less poke, and it lets you get up and you just trade with people. Like, you can actually just auto attack trade with the AD carry because of it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, those are the good old days, man. Like, is that pre-Sightstone?
No, that was during Sightstone even.
Oh, okay. You just went Doran Shield.
Yeah.
And that was the disadvantage. You didn't start like Health Crystal or whatever.
Or you
could,
start,
or you could.
You didn't start like nice.
Yeah, hook lands into the flay, and Manlord has to flash over the line of chompers. But there you go. See, that's what I was talking about. This lane, when the hooks land, you can chain the CC and really force the enemy to have to react. And a Lulu that's flashless this early on is not going to be incredibly helpful, at least for staying in the lane and fighting back. Dubdrum, or Xiaowei, as I may, or Kraken. I think of Rek'Sai and I think of Dubdrum. He's our local Rek'Sai player, but Kraken picking up the scuttle in the topside river there. Pings out
really
Splinter.
Yeah. We're gonna see a very large CS lead go on to HS0 here. If you look at, he's got 5 CS lead, but he's got like another entire wave crashing into his tower. Dan's gonna put a lot of poke onto him, but I mean, we can see a sizable lead for how early in the game this is.
Yeah, and especially in that range versus melee matchup.
Yeah, that's something that you normally don't expect to see.
Oh, Chompers land, and the Zap is chained with Manlore, and he is incredibly low. Heal came out from Albino Joe, and First Blood going over to Salvo here in the bottom lane. Flash Flay onto Joe. There's going to be no follow-up, but now a flashless AD carry for Boy Butter, and a great start for Waifu Superstar.
This Waifu Superstar squad's really excited after that. Putting the enemy support behind Lulu is a support that really likes to play really aggressively in lane, try to get that poke down. So when she's behind, it makes her laning presence very lackluster. And getting Jinx rolling early, really, really good. No summoners in the bot lane means it's good for gank pressure from the jungle.
Yeah, it's everything that could go wrong for Boy Butter's lane here, I think did already from the start here. Manlore actually just doubling down and getting that Frostfang early, which I think is an alright idea here. He definitely didn't have enough for Health Crystal. Would have liked to see a couple health potions coming back though, a couple biscuits to try to sustain against this Jinx and Thresh. But I kind of like that because at this point, he just has to accumulate gold. Like with the Frostfang, I think you get a little extra gold, right? You get.
Yeah, you get more gold.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, and they're just gonna have to place their trinkets really well and ward.
No, so it goes up. It literally like triples the amount of gold you get.
Oh, Kragan here tunnels in onto the mid lane, knocks up Cruise Master, and Cruise Master flashes back into his tower for safety. Kragan though taking a lot of damage from the space aids, and man, if Kragan actually if he would have taken a tower shot, that would have been a kill.
Yeah, no, that was a very, very risky play out of Kragan there.
Ooh, Swift going in for the stun, and Dan with the pounce off him to dodge it.
That's part of the reason why Quinn's so oppressive against melee champions, is that like her pounce back, it knocks them back, it disengages from them, it puts damage on them. Like it's everything that you'd want in a ranged champion versus melee. Oh, they spent all this effort getting to me, and now they have to get to me again.
Yeah. So just a casual 1k gold lead after that first blood, and like you said, oh, hook lands onto Joe here. Zap and Chompers don't land onto Joe, but they land onto Manlore, and they can't really go any further with the tower there. But yeah, this CS lead you're talking about in the top lane is still there. It's still a very present 10 CS lead here. Dan has the wave pushed really close to tower, and he puts himself in a bad position to get ganked while not having a CS lead. So you gotta wonder what the strategy is here.
Yeah, I will have to dash, be right back.
Okay.
Solo style, go.
Oh, hook lands on Albino Joe into the Chompers, and the Flay back into the Chompers even further, and Salvo's gonna pick up the last hit there. Manlore running for his life. He doesn't have a single summoner. Kragan with the flash knock up in, but Splinters through the lane here tries to get the fear onto Kragan, but he does not pick him up off the backside, and 3 kills to 0 now for Waifu Superstar, and they are running away with this early game. And I'm also the color caster here, but I'm going back into play-by-play. Swift goes in on Renekton. The ultimate is popped. Dan has the health pot taken, and he will get to safety under his tower. The Fury is there, and Swift just flashes and stuns him under his tower, and he doesn't care. There's the kill for Swift in the top lane, and 4 kills now for Waifu Superstar. Basically everything that could go bad for this Boy Butter team comp has gone bad. They're down over 2k gold now, and it's going to be very tough transitioning out of laning phase into some kind of split push setup when neither of your split pushers could really answer any one solo laner from this Waifu Superstar team here. Tiamat already picked up for AGS0, and with a chain vest as well, so he's going to not only be negating tons of Quinn's damage, but he's going to be dealing it back if he's able to slice and dice in onto him. Dan coming back strong with a BF sword into lane. But looks like Wife Superstar. They have that pink in the river there by Dragon. They could easily take Dragon at any time they want with this really strong bot lane. Salvo already 2-0-1 on this Jinx with the BF and pickaxe at 840 or 850. This is what domination truly looks like in the bottom lane. Hook lands, flash into the chompers, and Manlord had no chance. Salvo's on a killing spree, and the zap comes in just to poke him down. And this is going to be a push into tower here. Albino Joe fancying to stay under and try to push it out. Takes a zap on his way out. There's another rocket. Oh, a Mega Death Rocket actually goes out onto Albino Joe. I don't know if he was looking for the kill there, but he's looking for the damage, and Albino Joe is dangerously low. And he will have to back off, and Salvo will get tons of free damage on this bot lane tower to start this game off. Meanwhile, Kragan is coming through the river. Danny was pushed up. Did have that pink ward in the ward bush. Flashes and pounces off Kragan to dodge the knockup. Fancy footwork there, but it still will mean a tower for Waifu Superstar in the bot lane. This is a 4K gold lead. Not even 10 minutes into the game, folks. It is not looking good for Boy Butter at this point in time. Waifu Superstar, bot lane, they're going to take a recall here, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just come back and go straight for that dragon while Boy Butter has to answer the wave in the bot lane.
Whoa. I see we've had some big developments here in the bot lane.
Yeah. Oh, man, and my Wang with the package comes up and blocks off Dan from retreating to his tower. Dan just does the recall, and
that was the recall. Down. He was trying to change it to Valor form to run away.
Oh, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. And yep, not able to escape the clutches there of Waifu Superstar. So now it's 6 kills to 0. A lot of damage going on at this top tower. Might be taken down. The bot lane for Waifu Superstar, they have rotated into this mid lane. Cruise Master with an early preemptive flash, and it doesn't matter. The damage is too much, and that's another kill for Waifu Superstar. They're going to get the top lane tower for it. This is a game of League of Legends. Do you not agree there?
I mean, it's pretty hard to argue that it's not a game of League of Legends.
And as the Splitter goes in with the Nocturnal, tries to lay the fear down onto Wang. Flash for flash, but there's also a Crocodile there and slaps him down, and that's Master Splinter's first death of the game, and most likely not his last. Unless they all just AFK in base at this point.
Yeah. No, this is... Yeah, like I said, this is a game of League of Legends. This is probably the most one-sided game we've seen, and it's the last time Waifu Superstar did this to a team.
Yeah.
I think that was the BBB squad?
Yep. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, okay.
2 weeks back, I believe.
Yeah, 2 weeks back? Yeah. This one might shape up to be worse. This one's looking really rough. We'll see, though.
Oh, yeah, no, this one is actually beyond worse. This is really bad.
This one's done so.
Salvo 4-0-1 so far on this Jinx. Not even 100 CS yet, and he probably has enough. Let's look at the goal here. He's got 16K in the bank. I'm pretty sure that's enough
16K?
for IE. Or no, sorry, 1600. Well, dude, honestly, would you be surprised if he had 16K?
I'd be a little surprised because that's how much money Boy Butter has as a team right now. Oh my goodness.
Well, you know what?
Alright.
I wouldn't be surprised, but we got a 7K gold lead here for Waifu Superstar, nearing the 13-minute mark. They haven't taken a dragon yet, which I think that's what they're doing right now. They're rotating over. They really warded the river and the entrances to the red side of Boy Butter. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
It seems like you're almost wasting wards just putting them down in this game. Because I don't know if you really need. Do you need to see the enemy coming in this instance?
You really don't. I mean, like,
yeah,
you're so far ahead, but it does give you the advantage of just finding more kicks and knowing where they're at, so you can just go ahead and get more kills, so you can speed up your win.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that going for them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the SBL. No game is unthrowable.
That is true. Let's take a step back here. You know, remove ourselves from the circle jerking here. You're right. Any game can be lost at a moment's notice here in the SBL. And look at this pink ward. And this isn't a Baron. Why did I think this was Baron? I just thought it was Baron because this.
You got 6 minutes to go. I realize this game has got a really big lead for the time in it.
Yeah.
Baron is a long way gone. I imagine we'll probably see at least another tower or two go down before they even like thought of Baron could possibly enter their minds.
Yeah, and I don't think they even want to take Baron in this game, because it's just a bigger opportunity to throw. Which no,
like,
actually,
that,
no.
That is a good case, but sometimes like Baron just lets you like when you're so far ahead, you can just take Baron and just close the game out so hard, so fast. Because when you have that big of a lead with Baron, it's just impossible for the other team to do anything about it.
That's true. Yeah, no, you're right. They could just like ward up the blue side there and just take it for free, like uncontested.
Exactly.
There's no way you cannot fight this team right now if you're Boy Butter. This is I don't even know where to start on the comeback trail here.
You're gonna need like some lucky picks. I honestly at this point it is Waifu Superstar's game to lose. There's things Boy Butters can do to try to improve their chances of coming back, but it definitely matters. Like, it's on Waifu Superstar to lose this game.
Yes. Oh man, tree.
I mean, on the positive end, the Rift Herald buff didn't accomplish anything, so that was good. They didn't make it into taking a tower off of that. So you can look at that on the bright side.
Yeah.
It's like it's still going. They might be able to actually get the value out of it here. There's going to be a lot of this Boy Butter squad there to finish up this wave. Or Kragan's just going to leave with the buff.
Yep. 4 men strong here for Waifu Superstar in the mid lane. Teleport comes out of time to stand to ward them off. So they ward off the mid lane push, but meanwhile in the bot lane, AJS0 getting the push onto the bottom tower for himself. Dan will go down there to answer him. Teleport advantage now for Waifu Superstar.
Yeah.
I think they just take this one real slow, poke him down with the Corki Jinx, and look for a hook pick, or just take down the tower. There's no need to fight here.
Yeah.
We're all friends here.
I think if Waifu Superstar knew how far ahead they were exactly, I feel like they'd be playing this a lot more aggressively than they are. But I mean, there isn't too much more aggressive you can go than this.
Yeah, you're right.
without actively diving.
Yeah.
But I am surprised we haven't seen like Rek'Sai try to move down and just like dive the squid and take the tower. But
well, maybe you say that. Maybe that's starting to happen here. Savile getting the damage onto the tower here. Swift's gonna take a little bit of damage, going a little too deep on that tower, and a push mid lane is evaded once again. But that tower is very low. I'd assume the next wave is gonna go down here. Hook onto Manlore, steps way too close to the Waifu Superstar team. Kragan looks for the knockup, but doesn't find it. But it's going to be a 4-on-3 advantage here in the mid lane. And will most likely be the tower.
Yeah, I mean, that's almost assuredly the tower. They now open up the map to a whole realm of opportunities. The mid towers really prevent people from rotating around the map, which is why they're such an important objective to pick up. In addition to just the gold that they affront. Imagine we'll see some big buys out of Waifu Superstar. Just a lot of them have a lot of gold on them at the moment. And then that will almost assuredly just snowball into more and more.
Yeah, they're... Yep. I mean IE on the Jinx, Triforce Sorcerer Shoes on Corki, Ravenous Hydra.
I mean, that's IE in the parts of a hurricane.
Oh, yep, there we go. Yep, he just came back with the Zeal and the recurve bow, and
everyone is.
Blue buff with Corki. There's their prime chance to push now. Like, Corki just spams now. He doesn't have a mana. Like, he's not gated by his mana with the blue buff. Cooldown lets him keep getting those rockets. Dan is playing with fire here.
meets a Rek'Sai in the river, and he has to run, but red buff's ticking. Package comes in once again to block up his path, and another kill going over to Wang, and well, looks like another tower, maybe. Yep, look, the bot lane for Wife Superstar are actually in the bot lane, and they should be able to take down this bot tower unless someone goes down there to answer.
And if then, like, I mean, they should be able to get a large amount of damage onto this inhibitor turret. I mean, Quirky takes towers fairly quickly.
Yep, rotations from Waifu. Pick up that tower very easily, uncontested there. Approaching the 20-minute mark, folks. Here we have, you know, essentially an 11k gold lead. Another dragon going over, because why not? You know, this second dragon actually helps take towers, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, with the way they've been playing it out, it will actually help a lot with the siege, because they like getting like a couple autos every wave. So, and we do see the notorious Baron Nashor coming to the Rift.
I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna spectate this. This is what we
See
need to watch.
His glorious
Look at that! Look at this guy! Wow, he's so tough.
He's so tough.
Rawr. I'm gonna zoom
Big
in.
guy, 10k HP.
Yeah, look at this. Look at these. Look at these guys. These eyeballs. Wow. Okay. And we're back, folks. Regular scheduled programming. Dan goes under to Salvo. The exhaust comes out, and Salvo gets incredibly low. And there's a kill for Boy Butter. There it is. Malzahar ult goes down on the Christmas tree, and that's 2 kills for Boy Butter.
Is this the beginning of the comeback?
Yes. My Wing has to be forced out of the mid lane push there, and maybe a little too much greed there.
That was just total lack of respect for what this Boy Butter comp can do. Like, Quinn Nocturne is just 2 champions that can just descend upon you so quickly, and when you're pushed up that far, not near your team, just no respect at all.
Yeah. And now Salvo on the Jinx is summonerless. No flash and heal for a little bit. Tree still has his flash though, and that's the key. That's the ticket. Like you said, the Master Splinter or the Nocturne and Quinn combo. Hard to get out of that when you're Jinx without a flash.
Yeah.
I mean, Tree will be there for the peel. I mean, there's actually a lot of peel you could devote Rek'Sai into the backline for peel, and you could probably just have Swift be the frontline tank, the only one that you need at this point. He doesn't really have a lot of tank stats, but because he's so far ahead in levels, and with his ultimate, he should be able to tank quite a bit of damage.
The levels provide him with the tank stats, like,
yeah,
at this point, when you're that far ahead.
Yeah, highest level in the game, level 13 on the Renekton, and 5-man push from Waifu Superstar into this top lane. Lanes are pushed out though for Boy Butter, so they don't have too much to worry about. They kind of just have to sit under this tower and try to evade the push, but Secret Agent's Renekton, he's on a secret mission here, and he's just gonna walk like sort of behind enemy lines and just walk back into the mid lane to get that split push going. He does have that teleport available. Same for Dan, and the lock up onto my Wang. There he goes, and Nocturne goes in. Lulu ult onto him to try to save his life, and he will flash out. Now Swift on the front lines tanking, but he's incredibly low. Ignite goes down on him. Albino Joe able to pick up that call, and now the chase continues. They're onto Tree. Tree flashes to safety, and 2 deaths for Waifu Superstar. Curtain call is called, but he doesn't see Tree, but Dan does, and here's the kill. 3 kills for Boy Butter.
This could be Baron for Boy Butter. Like, they have a Malzahar. And they have all 5 members up. This could be Barrett.
Oh no, they're not pinging it.
No,
they're a little low.
Okay.
It's a little dangerous right now.
They're scared. Scared.
Jungler's up. That's why. This is the good call. I think it's a little risky at this point, especially when your team's so far behind at 23 minutes, and with the enemy jungler behind the wall. I could see this. They got to get some towers. They got to get their lanes pushed. Yeah. They got to set up their win condition, like we talked about with that split pushing.
No. Oh my goodness. These are
Ghostblade activated. Here we go. It's going to take down the tower, and there's the first tower of the game going over to Boy Butter. And now that 11k goal lead is just 7. A little less than 7.
We're back to where we were 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
They have a less of a goal lead than they had 10 minutes ago. Oh man.
This is something, man.
Like. Oh.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
well, you know what, guys, everyone, we're gonna keep watching here. We'll keep
yeah.
we'll keep talking. We'll keep watching. We'll get you the news alerts for any breakthroughs, breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. Boy Butter faking a comeback, or is it real? We'll see.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
It's like, you know, if we to go back to our bank analogy, Waifu Superstar, they were the robbers in this scenario, right? They robbed Boy Butter of a good game. They just like they came in there, they like laid down some tear gas, and they just like murdered everyone in the bank. And they're like, yeah, we control the bank now. But they took a really long time to smuggle the money out, and then the SWAT team comes, and the SWAT team is Boy Butter now. They got the SWAT team Nocturne, you got SWAT team Quinn, and they're coming in and they're gonna retake the bank. SBL retake the bank. My Wing uses his package and he's out of position from his team, and he goes down to start off the fight, but Dan gets locked up by AJS0 from Renekton. The kills are traded back, and now Salvo trading back onto the enemy team. QSS is out of the Malzahar ult, and he will answer back with a kill of his own onto Cruise Master. So 1 for 2 for Waifu Superstar, and this will most likely mean an inhibitor tower. What is Albino Joe? He's over here. What is this?
He was still running away. He was so afraid that people were gonna chase him. I have to say, I almost forgot that Salvo had QSS after that. I was like,
oh no, hook the triple play onto Albino Joe. Salvo with the red buff ticking. Doesn't pick up the kill on Mandlar. He forces the flash, and that will be in the inhib. Now we're almost back to that 11k gold lead. Almost.
This time with an
9K.
inhibitor though down.
Yeah. Now things got a little bit tougher. There's an extended firefight currently in the bank between SWAT team and the robbers. And we're not quite sure who will control the bank.
This dragon fall into like this bank analogy.
Oh god, I don't know. Twitch Chat, help us out here. What is the dragon in the SBL bank analogy? What is Baron? Yeah, what are the neutral objectives? What are the neutral objectives in a bank? I mean, it's really just the money, right?
Yeah, they're like money that fights back.
But, all right, maybe they're like ATM machines, but they're like robots. Like, let's say this is the future, right? This is 2055.
We got
right?
like T2000 ATM machines.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Your ATM's of Terminator.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
yes. The ATMs, they transform and become alive, and they become Terminators, and they will fight back if you try to break the ATM. Yeah, this is, and right now, Waifu Superstar, they have destroyed 4 ATM Terminators. They've gotten a Baron. Or no, wait, they haven't got a Baron. They've killed 3 dragons and a Rift Herald, which is like a pussy version of an ATM Terminator.
Baron
but,
Jr.
Yeah,
version of an ATM.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Respect actually, you know, this is probably more reasonable. Dragon is just their safety deposit boxes, and Baron is the big safe. Well,
okay.
Yeah, I'll big safe. Yeah.
It takes a bit of time and a little bit of work to actually break that safe open.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And so this bot lane, there's an open inhibitor here, and you have the super minions now sieging the base here. Dan has to go back and answer that wave. He does have teleport up on Quinn here, and it's a 5-man push and siege for Waifu Superstar. They're going to try to just get near the tower, get those dangerous Jinx autos onto the tower. There's not a lot this Boy Butter can do to defend this tier 2 tower. They might just have to give it up. Oh, but they don't. Dan swoops in on the side.
Alright.
And he pushed back the bottom wave and was able to come up and help the tier 2, and now he has to go mid and answer. Waifu Superstar, they are poised and ready to strike.
So, I got a question for you, 30.
Yeah.
You play a lot of support, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever play support Lulu?
No, I hate it. It's garbage.
Okay. Well, you know something about support Lulu besides she's garbage?
Yeah, a couple things.
What's your opinion on Frosty Fist Lulu?
At this point, I like it.
Alright, that's all I need to hear.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if Boy Butter. No, actually, sorry, guy. I can't say that with a straight face. That is just a terrible buy. Like, what is he doing? Oh, hook lands onto a Malzahar minion. Oh, but Dan on the side swoops in onto Quinn. Master Splinter goes in onto all 5, and he gets destroyed. Lulu ults onto himself to try to get the knockup, to try to get the CC, and Dan goes down. 3 quick deaths for Boy Butter. The flashes come out for Waifu Superstar, and they're chasing and they're going. They're diving super deep here. Albino Joe will stay alive, and Thresh Lantern gets Swift to safety, but Wang's just got to go win the game. The teams are split right now. Cruise Master picks up the kill onto both of them? Onto Rek'Sai and Corki?
Jin got the Rek'Sai kill.
Oh, Jin! Oh, Albino Joe coming in.
You even watched the game 30? Come on, man.
Oh man, that was a split call. There was some decisions. There was 2 different decisions made there.
2 very, very different decisions.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well,
this is some straight SBL clown fiesta stuff here.
Oh yeah, this is SBL clown to the max, man. Like 10K goal lead once again. We're back in our rightful place here. This feels normal, you know. I didn't know. I didn't know this game any other way aside from a 10K goal lead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems so natural.
Yeah.
It's been like this for like 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
2/3 of this game's life has been 10K gold.
16 to 8 kills, 3 dragons 0, 8 towers to 1. Waifu Superstar in a very demanding lead here at the 30-minute mark. This Baron, surprisingly untouched. You know, Baron is a very contested objective here in the SBL.
Rightfully so. I mean, Baron does end games, but
yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
yeah, go.
If you would have shown me the snapshot of the score, like the screen right now, and like the one at like 13 minutes, would you believe me that it's the same game? It doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. It was like ever since like they got blasted bot lane that one time. It was just done so. It's been, we're gonna win this game, but we'll win this how we want to win this.
Yeah, Dan is just flying around so fast right now.
What Quinn does, man.
Yeah.
He just...
Oh man, I'm really just tempted to lock the camera to Dan right now and just have this, just watch his point of view on how this game pans out. But yeah, so they took the inhib there, uncontested by Boy Butter. I don't know.
No, that too, but someone in Twitch mentioned Splinter is the real Thrifty Senpai in this game. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Maybe your teammate can elaborate.
Yeah.
But another easy dragon take here for Waifu Superstar. That's gonna be the 4th one of the game for them. So the 5
Are we
dragon.
gonna see a 5th dragon win con?
Yeah.
5th dragon win con.
Oh yeah, it's possible. But the fact that if the game actually got to 38 minutes, oh my god, look at this cheeky death bush right now coming out of Boy Butter. The pinks in the bush. They see him there. Dan's actually in base. I think he's looking for the teleport flank here or something. But the zap comes out and actually gets them into the bush, checks it successfully, and they have to go in and they have to fight. And Salvo goes down to start the fight. Dan trying to lay down the damage, but he gets locked up. Swift is still alive and he's still tanking very strong right now. Albino Joe, he's sealing the damage. Kragan gets the double knockup on the Splitter and Albino Joe in the backline, but it doesn't matter. Albino Joe gets the kill and double kill for Albino Joe. Curtain call, 4 deaths for Waifu Superstar. Only for the 2 for Boy Butter.
Oh my goodness. Boy Butter is refusing to go down with the fight and says this game must stay around a 10K goal lead. No more, no less.
Where is this damage coming from this Boy Butter squad?
I mean, Jin's got IE, Rapid Fire Cannon, and Last Whisper. Malzahar is a Leandries, so he's doing a lot of damage to these people.
See, that's I'm
Quinn
always...
has IE static shift, and Nocturne's basically full damage. They're just like, this whole entire Boy Butter squad is like blast cannon.
Yeah. Oh, and this is a bad Baron call. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Boy Butter.
However, we might just see Baron out of Waifu Superstar now.
Yeah. Now
we
that
see the TP.
they knew that they were there. They had a pink word in the river. At least they knew one person from Boy Butter was there, so they knew they started it, but then they had to retreat, and they probably got low after it. Waifu Superstar still not starting it. No, they looks like they were looking for a quick bait, but now they opted in to take the open inhib in the mid lane. You still have super minions coming in the bot.
They're so like terrified of Baron.
Yeah, another. Oh, Sunland's onto the AGS 0, and he's very low right now. But they do take the inhib.
Oh my goodness.
Boy Butter has to try to manage the super wave in the bot lane.
Yeah, 2 waves of supers coming in now.
Now Recall's coming out for Waifu Superstar.
I'm just Dan is on the hunt, crawling around, trying to see what he can find. Finds a pink ward.
Yeah, and
Bops it a bit.
Yep.
Yes.
He wants to get out of there.
He's afraid the pink ward has friends. They'll come and beat him up.
Yeah, like, oh man, this is beautiful. Okay, Mandler always impresses me with his builds. You know, I like to believe that Mandler is maybe on the cutting edge of support builds, and there's
he is.
Huh?
Why don't you just build tank build on your supports? Obviously.
Yeah,
it
well,
all makes sense.
You know, he's been watching the game. He's been watching the meta. You and me, we watch pro play. Yeah. We're like, oh yeah, Sunfire Iceborne Gauntlet. That is so good nowadays. But like, what about it? You got it on support. What about that? Wouldn't that be just as good? Maybe even better?
Stop. I tried to think of something to say.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Oh man, the boots mobility with the Frostfang. Yeah, but no, he's definitely going into Sunfire here, folks. Or wait, no, wait. Wait.
No, not Sunfire.
No. This doesn't build. Oh no, this doesn't build into Random Omen. This is definitely Sunfire.
No, Random Omen built out of the
two
double
clocks. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, he'll do really well. He'll take a lot less damage from like the Renekton and the Rek'Sai and the Jinx. Corky's still gonna eat him alive.
Yeah. But here we are, folks. This game still alive here. 9k gold lead for Waifu Superstar. 36 minutes in. The bot inhib actually just came back for Boy Butter.
Nothing was accomplished during the time they had 2 inhibs down.
Nope. And I think they were just hoping to ride in those 2 downed inhibs, but now one's up. The wave is now just coming in, and they're not in a position to strike on this top tower. They're just sitting around, maybe looking for a catch in this blue side jungle.
What is this game?
Deadman's. Oh wait. You need a Bomby Cinder for Sunfire. Yeah, dude, we are boosted.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck, man?
What are we? That's old Sunfire build, man. We're showing how we've played this game too long, 30.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't it used to be old Sunfire? Yeah, you know, actually,
Sunfire used to be, that's what
everyone,
used to build out of.
Everyone in Twitch chat, you guys are just some young noobs. You don't know what it was like back in the day.
Actually, welcome back, everyone. We're all wrong. He sold the Chains vest to go ahead and buy the Warden.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, now this is a build I can maybe see some merit in. And Tree actually on Thresh is super low so far. He got poked out. And Waifu Superstar, they're incredibly scared to go on this open inhib here. Nocturne ult is popped. Thresh box is laid down. Ultimate for ultimate, but Nocturne ult being down now, their main form of engage onto that Jinx in the back line there. Big mass silence coming out from Malzahar, and they're trying to kite, they're trying to do damage safely to Waifu Superstar. And they do. They have to go answer their Nexus tower here. Yeah, and they are able to get the inhib here. Curtain Call comes in. Tree is very, very low, and this team will body block for him, luckily. Also got the Summoner heal.
The heal was to stop the Deathfire touch from Jhin. Trio is possibly going to die to Deathfire touch off there. Jin has a lot of damage from that. And we will see the 5th Dragon coming in.
Ah, yes. The legendary 5th Dragon win condition, unless Dan can do an incredible steal. Oh.
Oh, so close.
A little too late. Now, okay, how crazy if he would have stole that 5th Dragon. Like, I would have actually left my house. I would have, like, literally ran around my street. Just screaming, what the fuck.
I'd have to do a lap or two to get the salt out. We gotta run laps, boys.
Yeah.
Be right back. The game's not gonna be over by the time we get back, we promise.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh. Killing this pink ward, I want Scuttle Crab.
Yeah.
Come over here, Scuttlebutt.
Smart out of Dan there to get that scuttle.
Yeah.
So they don't have the movement speed buff when they maybe bait Baron, but they're not gonna do that. Why have a superstar? They're too proud. They're not gonna bait Baron here. I'm just Dan. Oh no! He was recalling on the ward and tries to flash over the wall, but it will not be enough. Wang gets incredibly low. He does have package, and Cruise Master able to pick up that kill. Tree now getting very low. 2 members dead though for Boy Butter. Cruise Master has to flash out, but I don't know if he can even get away now from this devastating Jinx rockets here, but it will not. Lulu ult comes out to try to stop them, and Albino Joe, the saving grace for Boy Butter here. Curtain Call comes out.
What a fitting end.
Oh man, that is an end to a game right there, folks. 40 minutes, and the live superstar takes home the big W.
Can we just like get someone from Twitch chat and ask how their brain feels about that game instead of getting a player?
Yeah. That's wouldn't be a bad idea here. Let me switch over to the client here.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
So, who do you want to talk to? Or who do you not want to talk to? We can also just eliminate people and go from there.
I definitely want to talk to Tree.
Yeah,
he had an incredible laning phase, and I feel like he's incredibly tilted by this entire game.
I feel like he was also the only one who was making like consistently good plays outside of the laning phase after things went downhill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk to Tree, and just bring Salvo. Let's bring the bot lane in because I think they really drove this one home for the victory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
User joined your channel. User was moved to your channel.
All right, and welcome Tree and Salvo to the Caster's booth. Congratulations.
Yo.
On
Where
your
before you say anything, as the game ended, the first thing I said to my team was, I hope they don't pick me because I don't want to hear that game should have ended 20 minutes ago.
the Tree, that's exactly why I picked you.
I know.
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it. I think he already said it. It's been said. I'm not gonna talk about that until the very end. We're gonna talk about the good parts of Life Superstar.
Yeah, we'll let you guys feel good about yourself for a minute before we make you feel bad about yourself again.
Yeah. So I mean, to start off the game, going back to the draft, once again, it doesn't. I don't know if it's actually no one's giving you a challenge in the pick ban phase, or you guys just have this incredible like adaptiveness and diversity in your champ pools, where it seems like at the end of the draft you're always a winner. Like you guys always get these comfort champs that actually mold well into a nice team comp. Is there a lot of pre-planning, like when you go into drafts every week, or does this just sort of fall into your lap every week?
Absolutely. The first couple of weeks, we used to spend at least an hour every week talking about drafts, both our draft and theirs, and what we were going to do. As the weeks have gone on, we've spent less and less time because we're more used to what everyone's playing. We have to talk about it less, but yeah, we spend a lot of time talking about draft.
Okay. Good. Now, going into the early parts of the game, I mean, you guys were just running away from it. Every one of your lanes was just going off, and especially you two. And that's the main reason why I brought you two in here, you guys completely dominated your lane right as you hit level 2, I believe. That's when you landed that first hook. How did you feel playing against the Jhin Lulu lane? Like, what did you guys know the strengths and weaknesses there on how to play that lane?
Yeah, it was a very relaxing lane.
God damn it. You want to take this one, Salvo?
Yeah,
No, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Salvo, elaborate, please.
There's nothing to elaborate on. They gave me Jinx. I played Jinx. They can't deal with Jinx because they're not me.
Perfect.
Shit. You don't get to beat me on Jinx. Just doesn't happen.
So when are you gonna learn to properly use QSS then?
I mean, why?
Okay. Or is it just like, I feel bad for you, so I'm gonna let you Malzahar ult me for a second before I use my QSS?
Yeah, I was slow on my reactions, but...
Okay.
Hey, like, we forgot the
I
build
won't
path
refute that.
for Sunfire. He forgot Quicksilver
I got
Sash.
the W.
Yeah,
I got the W.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you guys completely... And you transitioned your early laning phases into a very dominant mid game where you guys just methodically took down towers. And then something happened. And I don't know what it was, but this long stall happened. You guys like got an inhib, went back, recall, got some gold, or got some items from your gold, and he went back and maybe took another inhibitor. But then there seemed to be these fights where they would just win, seemingly. Like, what was the thought process? Like, what was the communication once you guys started to realize, like, oh, we're losing these fights. We're not closing this out as fast as we should have.
Where we started to lose fights, like our first death and probably the second fight, was mostly just their entire plan was engage fucking hard, and we split, and we were trying to do split pushing, and they actually pulled the trigger finally and got kills on us. Those were the first couple. After that, it was mostly our fuck ups.
Okay. Very deliberate avoidance of Baron. I assume that was very intentional.
Yes.
We had some discussions in game on whether we wanted it, but we knew, even though we had fucked up, we knew we were still far enough ahead, or at least felt like it. I don't actually know the gold amounts, but we felt far enough ahead that we were like, we still don't need to do this, Baron.
The story of that game was basically 10k. The entire game.
Okay. Yeah, and even when we had started fucking things up and we let them sort of claw their way back into it, we still felt far enough ahead that we were like, we don't need Baron, and if they somehow manage to steal it, that's a throw Baron, so why bother? Especially when we're already on our way to 5 dragons.
Mm-hmm. Thrifty, you got any questions before we close it out?
No, you asked all the questions I was actually thinking about asking.
Playoff picture.
Yeah, playoff picture. There we go. Yeah.
So you guys advance to 6-3. Game. Playoff picture.
Yeah, playoff picture. There we
go. You go. You ask. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are now 6-3, almost a guaranteed lock for minimum second. For all intents and purposes, you're locked for second, possibly either only being a game behind or even tied with TDO after tonight. So, how are you guys thinking? How are you guys feeling going into this last week? Where do you guys think you're going to place?
Sadder than we could have
User
been
joined your
if we had
channel.
won. What the fuck? If we had won last week and this week, we could have done whatever the fuck we wanted in week 10 and still been in first. Which is what we really wanted, because we were just gonna do weird shit. But
No Vayne Vigor bot lane.
rip.
Rip Vigar support, dude. Lasted like a month.
Riot said no.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Well, if that's all I got. Once again, congratulations on the victory. And we'll take a short break, and we'll hop back into game 2. Don't touch that browser.